Alright, so let us discuss the common mistakes this morning from our quiz. So for period number 1, we have to discuss question number 1. So when you look at this question, it says here that Frank earns $7.50 per hour when he works during the day, and he earns $12.50 per hour when he works at night. He wants to earn at least $300 per week, so we need to find the best graph to represent this situation. Let us start by writing this as an inequality. It says here that he wants to earn at least $300 per week. So at least means greater than or equal to 300. Now if you look at the options, in our x-axis, it was represented as number of hours worked during the day, and then for the y-axis we have the number of hours worked at night. So we are going to represent this as our x and this as our y. If that is the case, it says here that $7.50 per hour when he works during the day. I can write this as $7.50 x plus when he works at night, he's getting $12.50. So to represent this, it will be $12.50 y. Alright, so if you sum his earning during the day and during night, it should be at least $300. Alright, so we need to graph this system, we have to graph this inequality and match which will be the correct answer. So I'm going to solve this using x and y intercepts. So if x is equal to 0, so this is 0. So x equals 0. What will be the value of my y? So if x is 0, I will get 12.5y equals 300. So divide both sides by 300. I'll have, so let's divide 300 by 12.5 and we are going to get 24. Now if y is equal to 0, this is 0, then to solve for x, we need to divide both sides by 750. So dividing both sides by 750, I'll get 300 divided by 7.5. I will get 40 for my x. Alright, so for my x-intercept, I should get 40, 0. This is 40, 0. This is not 40, 0, so we can cross this one out. This is not 40, 0, cross this one out. Okay, this is 40, 0. So we are down between option B and option C. Note that this is approximately equal to 24 for the y intercepts. Alright, so next I need to figure out if we need to shade below this line or above below this line or above this line as represented by option B. So to check, we are going to use a test point. I'm going to use 0, 0. If this will be true, then we have to shade the area containing this point. If it will be false, we have to shade the other side of the line. So if x is 0, I'll get 0 plus if y is 0, so 0 times 12.5 is just 0, greater than or equal to 300. So we have to ask ourselves, is 0 greater than or equal to 300? So this one is false. Since this one is false, we have to shade the other side of the line. We have to shade the side that does not contain the test point that we use. So therefore, the answer here is option B. We can also use our test point, or we can also use our Desmos to check our answer. Alright, so let's check our answer using Desmos. So I'm going to type in 7.5x 7.5x plus 12.5 y greater than or equal to 300. Okay, we need to zoom out Alright, so it seems like this is our line and the shaded area is above this line. So this confirms that the answer is option B. Alright, next question. Question number 3. So I'm going to use paper and pencil to solve question number 3. If you look at the first inequality, if we divide both sides by y, I will get y is greater than or equal to x over 4 plus 12 over 4, which will give me y greater than or equal to 1/4 x plus 3. So when you look at our graph, my y-intercept is 3, which is over here. And I have 1/4, so I'll go up once, run to the right 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so this is represented, this line is represented by inequality number 1. Now since this one is y greater than or equal to 1/4 x plus 3, it's of the form y mx plus b, we can use our shortcut. It means that if we have y greater than or equal to, we have to shade above the line. So let us shade above the line right now. Alright, so right now, based from this line, region A and D were shaded. So it means that your answer is either A or D. We can now cross out area B and area C. Alright, next let's try to rewrite our second inequality. So I have here 3y greater than or equal to 2x plus 12. So divide by 3, divide by 3. I'll get y greater than or equal to 2/3 x plus 4. So my y-intercept is over here. I have to go up twice, 1, 2, and run to the right 3 times, 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so this line is described by inequality number 2. Now since it says here y greater than, I have to shade above the line. Now we have to remember that our answer could either be A or D. So if we shade above the line of this green line, above the line, note that the intersection will be on region A. Region A. So here we go. Shade this one. Okay, so we don't have an overlapping here, so it will be region A, which is this. Alright, now if you would like to check your answer, go to Desmos, just type this one in, type in 4y, so we have 4y greater than or equal to x plus 12, and then we have 3y greater than or equal to 2x plus 12. Alright, so if we are going to toggle this one, we'll see that the intersection or the overlapping area is indeed over here, okay, which is represented by region A. Okay, that's our question number 3. Alright, question number 8. This is for our period 3 and period 4. Look, one thing that we have to understand is that if a point is on the boundary, make sure that the point is both on a solid line. Okay, let's try to graph -1 or plot -1, 3. My -1 is over here, 3 should be 1, 2, 3, this one over here. So this, since this point is on a solid line, okay, we are on the edge, solid line, this will be a solution. Okay, next, -1.75, which is somewhere here, -1.75, and then 2 over here. So this is also in the shaded area, so B will also be a solution. Alright, now let's check point C. So 0, comma 3. So this one over here. Now note that this point is on the vertex, and the vertex consists of a solid line and a dotted line. Now we have to remember, if the point is on the edge or on the vertex, make sure that the point is seated on both solid line. In this case, it's not, well, this vertex is not seated on both solid lines. We have a dotted line and I have a solid line, so C will not be a solution. Now let's check your -2, 0. So -2, 0 over here. Okay, now since this point is seated or located on both dotted line, it will not be a solution. It should be both solid if you are in a vertex or edge of your shaded area. Next, -2, 3. So -2, 3 will be over here. Now again, this point is located on a solid line and a dotted line. Since it is not both solid, this will not be a solution. Alright, so the correct answer is -1, 3 and -1.75, 2. Alright, for number 6, we need to identify the correct combination that will represent this shaded area. Now we can use our Desmos to make all the combination, but that will take us forever to find the answer. So what I'm going to do is to identify this inequality using this line and this line. So this is the shaded area or the overlap of these two inequalities. I'll start by finding the equation for this line. Note that my y-intercept is located here, so that will be my +2. I'm going to write my answer as y mx plus b. So this is my y-intercept for this solid line. To get my slope, I need to get another point. So I think we can use this point over here. Now remember, my line is falling from left to right, so I should have a negative slope. So from here, I'll go down, that's -1. So that's a -1. And then run to the right is +2. So the slope here is -1/2 x. Now my line is solid and the overlapping or the overlap region is above this line. So above the line, it should be y greater than. Now I have a solid line, so I will have y greater than or equal to. Alright, now let's match this. So I have here y greater than or equal to -1/2 x plus 2. Alright, so we found one of the inequalities. Okay, next, let's find the inequality for this dotted line with respect to this shaded area. So for this line, my y-intercept is located here. So I will have +5. My slope, we need to get another point. I think we can use this point over here. Alright, let's use this point. Now remember, my line is going up. It is increasing from left to right, so I should have a positive slope. So from here, I'll go down twice, so that's -2. And then go to the left, that's a -1. So I will have here -2 over -1, which is +2. And that's my slope, y. Now, the shaded area is below this line. It's below this line, so I should have y less than. Do we have a line under? Well, we don't have a line under because this one is a dotted line. So I should have y less than 2x plus 5. Okay, now we have to figure out which one is equivalent to y less than 2x plus 5. Note that if I'm going to read this from right to left, it says 2x plus 5 is greater than or equal to y, which matches our inequality A, right? So this one is 2x plus 5 greater than y. These two are the same thing. Alright, so it should be 3 and A, which is represented by option B. Now, if you would like to check your answer, let's go to Desmos. So I'm going to type in my two inequalities. So I'll start with 2x plus 5. So I'll have 2x plus 5 greater than y, and then I will have y greater than or equal to, so it's negative. Type in negative. Get negative 1/2 x, and negative. So where's my negative? My negative is located. Where's my negative? I can't find my negative symbol. This, okay, just use this one. Negative 1/2 x, so 1/2, then go to the right, x, and the y-intercept was plus 2, so plus 2. Alright, so here we go. Let's toggle this on and off. So the overlapping area is actually located here, which is the question that we have. So by using our Desmos, we can verify that the answer is our inequality 3 and A. Okay, question number 2. This is for period number 4. So most of you guys missed this question. Okay, let's start by reading the question. Russell is going to purchase chocolate truffles to use as party favors. To ensure there are enough for everyone, he needs to buy at least 167 pieces. So this is a very important information. At least 167 pieces. Dark truffles come in boxes of 9 pieces, and milk chocolate truffles come in boxes of 21 pieces. Alright, so we have here x is the number of dark and y is the number of milk truffles. So if this is my x, it says here that dark comes boxes of 9 pieces, so it's safe to say you can have here 9x, and then for the milk come in boxes of 21 pieces, so that's 21y. Then he needs to purchase at least, so greater than or equal to 167. Alright, so this will be the answer. Letter B. Okay, it's just a matter of setting up our inequality. Alright, and finally question number 7. Okay, so again, we just have to plug in our point to our system. Once you're done, you can verify your answer. Alright, so this time I'm going to use my Desmos. Okay, so I will go ahead and graph my system. Alright, so I will have x plus y greater than or equal to 2, and then I will have 4x plus y greater than or equal to -1. Okay, so my 2 comma -1, 2 comma -1. Okay, this is okay. We need to zoom in. All right, so here we go. We need 2 and -1. So 2 and -1 is over here. This is not in the overlapping area of the two inequalities. Remember, this is the overlapping area of the two inequalities. And 2 comma -1 is over here. 2 -1, it's not on the overlapping region, so this one is wrong. Let's do -5 and -4. So -5 is somewhere here, -5, then -4 is not even on either of the inequalities, so this one is wrong. Now -2 comma 3, let's do -2 comma 3. So -2 is -2 comma 3, somewhere here. This -2 comma 3. It is not also in the intersection of the two areas. All right, now let's check 2 comma 1. So 2 comma 1, 2 comma 1. All right, so this point over here, okay, 2 comma 1 is in the intersection of the two regions. So here we go. This will be the correct answer. Okay, so that's it. That's the end of the discussion of our common mistake this morning.